My most anticipated TV show, I think for the last 4 or 5 years since they announced that they were doing it, my number one most anticipated thing coming to TV has been The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. I'm dying to see it. I have loved the trailers and stuff like that. Everything we've seen up to this point, especially that Comic-Con trailer they dropped, when the Balrog comes out at the end, all that kind of stuff. I'm losing my mind. I cannot wait to go see this. And I'm going to go see it on Wednesday in theaters. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, Chris is a little mad at me. I got my tickets and she didn't.
A little hurt.
But
it's fine. It's fine.
Stupidly stoked for this show. That being said, they dropped what they're calling the final trailer.
A long trailer.
And the final trailer for Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. And I got to tell you, I didn't really like it. Now, let me be very clear. I loved what I saw. I loved all the footage. I loved all that kind of stuff. I am strictly speaking as a trailer that some marketing department put together. The trailer didn't feel like the other trailer.
Mm-mm.
Like when you watch this trailer that they dropped today, and again, some fabulous footage in it, absolutely. But when you look at this trailer with the music choices and the editing choices in the trailer and all that kind of stuff, and you compare it to that Comic-Con trailer we got, it does not feel like this is a trailer to the same thing. It feels like this is to a completely different show or a completely different movie. And I was telling you guys before we started the show that I went back and watched the trailer again on mute, and I loved it. I loved it when it was on mute. So again, it's funny because I didn't like the trailer, but because of the footage that I saw, I'm just even more excited about it because it looks extremely cinematic. So I'm completely down for it. But yeah, just from a marketing trailer point of view, I just think they took the wrong approach. I got to imagine this is probably a different trailer company that did this one than did the last one because there's no consistency between them. Anyway, Rob, you had a chance to see the trailer. What do you think about it?
Well, here's the thing that struck me. I've been enjoying the trailers so far. I watched this trailer and this is what I was thinking when it was over. I turned to Elizabeth and I said, what is this for? Because it certainly doesn't feel like it's Tolkien. It felt like it was generic fantasy. Like they cut to all these fantasy tropes that could be in any Warcraft, this and the other thing. It's always, and there wasn't the heart. I kept waiting. Okay, you got the dire threat, but there's got to be, that first trailer for Lord of the Rings when they first announced it, the end shot was the Fellowship coming over the hill. Remember that?
Yeah.
At the top of the mountain. They don't say anything. And you're just looking at this disparate group of people, the Hobbits, Strider, Boromir, and you're like Gandalf. You're like, oh my God, I'm so in. And this, I kind of was waiting for that, I guess. I mean, I was waiting for something where I felt something. I'm like, okay, the action and great, there's mayhem happening and the world's in peril. But I wanted the heart and I didn't feel it. And I was like, And it made me not feel, I just didn't like this. I'd never not felt the heart in the marketing until now. Because you go again, I don't know how you put out that trailer that they did for Comic-Con and then take such a massive step down. Like you gotta amp it up. Anyway, Chris, you had a chance to see it. What did you think about it?
We talked about this off camera.
Yes, we did.
I know I'm a Lord of the Rings sycophant. I loved it. I loved everything about it. It is lush visuals. Galadriel is forming her own fellowship. You fuddy-duddies. Oh,
But Galadriel didn't
I
form her
love
own
this.
fellowship.
Well, let me have what I want, Rob.
She kind of did.
Yeah.
In the trailer.
That's what she's
No,
doing.
but I mean in the story.
Oh no! Don't go there. Don't go with this is their.
No,
this is
I'm not going anywhere other than the fact that the way she's being portrayed is compared to the Lord of the Rings movie.
But this is.
But this is a younger
hundreds and
version.
hundreds of,
Yeah. People
like,
grow, people
years
change.
earlier and stuff like that.
I think this is the journey of her becoming that Cate Blanchett version. And I could be wrong. We could watch this and I
Hey
might
man,
be like,
I want this to be great.
homie, you were right.
I spent a lot of years working on Lord.
I mean, that's
I
like
know.
saying I don't like Anson Mounts Pike because that's not what he was in the original Star Trek show. He's
Oh, yes,
supposed
it
to-
is.
No, this is how
It's just like that.
it's just like it. But no, this is seeing the path of how they got there. Like one of the things that I liked about the trailer was when it started, it immediately gives us the setup for Galadriel of my brother died for this.
Right.
And I need to pick up his sword for him. Like I need to carry on his work and what he did. And that gave us, to me, that gave us a lot of insight into into her. But anyway, sorry, Chris.
Yeah,
Please keep
no
going.
worries. I think that's it. I want to see this young Galadriel find her power, right? I want to see how she becomes that version of who we see, who is so powerful and could be this white queen who could do all these things to us. I'm really excited to see where this goes. And I'm loving to all the different tertiary characters we're getting here and seeing how they're going to come together. We still honestly don't know much about how this story is going to unfold. There's not a lot of plot given here aside from a few character-driven moments, which is my favorite kind of storytelling. But that big sweeping narrative, I'm sure we're not going to get all of those tidbits till we're actually in the thick of it.
No, and one thing the trailer does convey, they spent a lot of money on
Yeah,
They
did.
spent a lot of money on this show.
Gorgeous.
Again,
I mean, it looks great.
It visually looks incredible. Again, I'm just talking about the trailer itself. The music choice for this trailer I thought was
That's fair.
very odd, especially when you go back and look at the old. It just didn't feel like it was to the same show.
You know what's interesting too? I watched a different trailer that had nothing to do with Lord of the Rings right before it. Like I was, because I get up in the morning and I watch whatever new trailers are. That's the first thing I do for the show, and find stuff. And there was a trailer, I think it was a horror film, that had the same kind of music. It's almost like this trailer company picked. It sounded exactly the same, and I'm like, maybe that was part of the. My reaction, I'm like, why did they use this music for Lord of the Rings? Like trailer companies, they fall back on these tropes, and it's very, you see it, you hear it.
That is a fair assessment. I understand y'all's point of view on the music because I did watch it the first time on mute because I was still in bed with Logan. I didn't want to wake him up because it was 5 a.m. But like it did have a kind of almost. I don't mean this in an offensive way, but I download a lot of music from Storyblocks for when I'm doing people's interactive reels, right? And when you're looking for big, sweeping, epic music that has this kind of Tolkien feel to it, it does feel like it is a more generic version of that kind of stuff.
You know what else too, John? If we had heard like a Howard Shore-esque score.
Yeah.
And like
I totally would change the feel of it.
It would change if, like dun 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 dun. You know what I mean? Then I'd be like, okay, that's Lord of the Rings.
I do have one prediction for the show though, and I don't know where it'll happen, but something very bad is going to happen to Galadriel, because when you look at from a physical point of view, let's look at the Captain Pike situation, right? Like we see in the original Star Trek series, he's all disformed and disfigured, and he's in that makeshift Dalek wheelchair kind of thing. And so we know something drastic is going to happen that's going to change him physically from what we see and amount to that. I think something really bad is going to happen to Galadriel that changes her emotionally. Because while she's not, life of the party in these trailers or anything like that, I think we're going to see something that happens to her that transforms her from what we see in these trailers to the more despondent, kind of detached Galadriel that we see in the Peter Jackson movies. So I think we're going to see something very traumatic happen to her in this. But again, I don't know that. I'm just guessing. Anyway, guys, questions for you. What did you think of the final trailer for The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power? I am dying for this show, but I gotta say, I didn't love this particular trailer. Neither did Rob. Chris really enjoyed it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, MeUndies. Now guys, we've all heard of gut instinct, but have you ever heard of butt instinct? It's when your butt tells you it wants new undies. Listen to your butt. Luckily for you, we work with MeUndies, makers of the most buttery soft and sustainable undies, bralettes, and socks that exist. Guys, for too long, I lived my life wearing those Amazon or Walmart 20-pack cheap underwear that I thought were just fine until I tried MeUndies. Now it's like my nether regions are in a Palm Springs resort. So guys, let your skin sing a song of joy with undies, socks, and bralettes that feel as if they're spun from silken clouds. Guaranteed to be the softest stuff you've ever felt in your life, their signature micromodal fabric is sustainable, breathable, and stretchy as heck. Available in sizes extra small to 4XL, they have new colors and prints dropping weekly, so there's always something exciting to check out. Try out their free-to-join membership for free shipping on every order and exclusive perks, like an item shipped to your door every month, secret sales, and early access to their newest stuff. MeUndies has a great offer for all John Campea Show viewers and listeners. For any first-time purchaser, you get 20% off, plus free shipping and returns. To get 20% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Campea. That's MeUndies.com/Campea.